How you doing, people? TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. I never thought I'll be back on the screen so soon. Anyway, concerning this Nigerian issue and the new president we have and all these drunken ways, but uh, events that have occurred of recent past have necessitated um, this. One second. Yeah, let's get going. So, but we had a president in office, and he main two things that he's done that's put us in quagmire. I call it that. He devalued the currency, and he removed fuel subsidy. Well, the fuel subsidy, give or take. I mean, how long is Nigeria going to be subsidizing fuel for? All we need is refineries that work. If we refine our own petroleum products or our own oil, we'll have cheaper petroleum products. But our leaders are dumb. For how long is the independence now? They said a fool at 40 is a fool forever. I don't know, a fool at maybe or 60 or something now. It doesn't take rocket science to know that you need refineries. In Buhari's regime, they spent over $5 or $6 billion on the refineries, and none of them worked. Didn't produce a liter of oil. Didn't refine a liter of oil, and then Dangote is building his own, and he completes his own. He needs oil. The seventh largest oil reserves in the world cannot provide the oil. He had to go and import it from America. Maybe they're still in the process of it, but Nigeria couldn't provide the order that Dangote placed. They said oil theft is we're not serious, as in the government anyway, and the people supporting them. So he removed subsidy. So naturally, the petrol prices at the pump is going to go up, and in a country where things were even tough when Buhari was in office before he left, it makes it tougher. And the thing that stands out with me is when he removed the subsidy, it was within an hour of his inauguration into office, and he said, "Fuel subsidy is gone, no more, not coming back." Like a drunk man that he is. Who does that? When you are embarking on a journey and you're given a car for that journey, they might tell you the car has just been serviced. You better check it before you set out on your journey. Check the tires. Okay, every other thing should come on the dashboard, but you got to check if the tires and treads are low. And even if the pressure is enough, because the dashboard is not going to tell you, mine doesn't tell me what the pressure is. It tells you when it's lost pressure below what the manufacturer is setting. So you had a chance to form a cabinet, look at the figures, look at the books, think about the effects it's going to have on Nigerians, and how you can cushion those effects before you remove it. But the drunk man, the first thing he does is remove the subsidy. Who cares about the numbers? I've had a subsidy for so long, it's gone, not coming back. Okay. Then you devalue your currency. So at the time you removed the subsidy, you never had no cabinet, had nobody, just did it himself. Right. Then again, he devalued the currency. I stand to be corrected. When he devalued the currency, he didn't have a central bank governor. He had locked up MFLA. The court gave that one bail. He refused to give him bail because of the kind of person he is. He doesn't care. He's not really a law-abiding president. He's a thug. He's a town boy. So he locked MFLA up. Cardozo, I don't think was in office then, but I stand to be corrected. Regardless, he devalued the currency. Now, when you're going to devalue your currency, you want to make exports cheaper. Your goods will be more competitive in the open market, international market, call it that. But the point is, we're not an exporting, economy. What do we export apart from oil? So we export oil. We're going to make our oil cheaper to the world. but it's going to be more expensive for us. Think about that. Who does that? We're going to make our oil cheaper for the world, but we're going to make everything else expensive for ourselves because Nigeria import toothpick. I'm not quite, I don't sit against, importation of goods. It makes the economy vibrant. It makes, different choices for consumers and so on and so forth. You could limit the amount of import maybe so that you obviously encourage local production, but you do it bit by bit. You start that local production first. You have those goods available to export first before you start thinking about devaluing your currency. Do devalue the currency, which means every foreign exchange product was going to be more expensive. Oil that we sell is going to be cheaper to the outside world because we devalue our currency, and then now, it's going to be more expensive to us because we don't have refineries that refine. We actually export crude oil to import petroleum products at a premium since 1960 for refineries. I remember it was an FTC commercial a long time ago. We studied our oil refinery in Eleme, Port Harcourt. Still there now. Buhari and Co spent $5 billion on it, didn't produce oil. Not producing now. Okay. So now we've got devaluation and subsidy removal. And 2 weeks ago, or a week ago or something, one of the government officials came on a Rise News that I watch from time to time regularly anyway. And he said, no, they haven't put subsidy back. Everything's still on as it is. We've got renewed hope. That's our program and we're following it through. Things will be tough, but we'll get better. Like a madman that he is anyway. But we found out 2 reports. First report that came out 2 weeks ago from PwC was that as a result of the devaluation of the Naira, it has lost 97% of its value. So 1 Naira, in other terms, is just what, 3 kobo? 3. 1, 2, 3 kobo. And people, farm produce, obviously, very expensive. Not just as a result of devaluation or subsidy. Of course, subsidy will come because transportation will be more expensive due to the cost of petrol, and then the traders. What do you expect? They're going to pass it on to consumers. You don't expect them to be trading as a loss. But insecurity means a lot of people who are farmers cannot go. They are not brave enough to go to the farm to harvest their products. So the malus that the bandits are, taking around will eat the products and wait for the owner to show up and kill the owner, kidnap for ransom and all that. All that is going on. Okay. Now the problem is, I said it. If you check one of my clips, the one I made 11 months ago on my YouTube channel, I said it. I said Nigeria is in dire straits. And we have to get it right this time. The people who I believe can really help, the Falanos, the Shibajos, the Kondre, Winlas, and Co., give them a chance. All these old school boys, they're not going to do it, But they gave it to Tinubu at primaries and then elections. And here we are now. And you see, the problem we've got now is that if you take the best leader to Nigeria at this point in time, what is he going to do to make the situation better? Because I've never heard of a currency being devalued, then being revalued. Excuse me. Never heard of that in my life. So that's what to think about. You cannot revalue your currency. No. I remember doing an MBA, albeit many years ago, and they didn't teach us that you can devalue your currency and revalue it. No. You left it to market forces. So if you value, he's going to take it serious now. They probably won't buy your oil anymore. Well, let's go and buy oil from other people. Saudi has got oil. This Nigerian people are long. So we're in serious problem now, which I did foresee there. I'm not here to gloat. No, far from it. I just want our people to think deeply when you're thinking about electing leaders. If we have another chance to elect a leader the way the country is going now, we might not have another chance. I pray we do. I don't, we might not. Why I say that because as if the country still exists, that's when you can have another chance to elect a leader. Because now we're sitting on gunpowder. Yeah, that's what we're sitting on. Because an hungry man is an angry man. A man on drugs, you know what? Drugs nearly dilute you. Okay now. Yeah. But an hungry man, he's hungry. Morning, day, afternoon, night, he's hungry. Trust me. And when you have people, a lot of people hungry, then what's going to happen? Law and order will break down. How many are you going to kill? You're going to run out of bullets in the night. What's the budget for? They have budget for police bullets anyway, because they rather be killing civilians than fighting the insurgency. That's the mentality of our people and people in power. You think, okay, the economy is in dire straits, everything's struggling. As a leader, what can I do to appease to my people? Let me face this insecurity head on. No, because they've overspent already. I saw a clip Falana released. He said Tinubu's administration gave out 139 billion to governors in 2023 December to fight COVID. When I cried for them, with Falana, when he says something, I take notice. The man I hold in high esteem, senior colleague, of course I got to take notice. I pried forward into the matter. I found out that it was said to be to cover for the expenses they incurred during COVID. COVID was 2020 and it ended in 21, 22. And COVID, come on, did we really need those jabs or anything? I don't know what a test kit looks like. I haven't seen one before. I've never taken a test before. F it. If it's my time to die, I die. I go to heaven or wherever. I hope I go to heaven. You know. And we all have an immune system. So if your immune system cannot fight that tough luck, that's the way I see it. That means your time to die. Use whatever herbs, antibiotics. You know, it's just like flu. Some people taking the jabs now, taking over their lives forever. Away from digression. So in 2023, how would they, when you come to office and you see the way things are, especially when you're going to start implementing all these policies like a madman on a podium. Do you understand? He hasn't seen the accounts, he hasn't seen anything, the subsidy is gone or not coming back. Then you have to think deeply about it. You have to think that the first thing you have to do is cut the cost of governance. When you come, I saw his clip when he came to Lagos one of these days. He was going to mosque. The man's going to mosque to go and pray in his home state. The entourage he had on that day, you would think he was going to war. I don't think they have that well equipped when they're facing the insurgency. No, I don't think so. And the president is being driven around the Lagos state, his home state. You see, people were just standing in the marketplace. I didn't even see anyone hail him. That tells you the scenario. But the main thing now is that we're in a huge problem. Because what do you do to attempt to reverse this situation? Nothing. Nothing as it is. Like I said earlier, you can't revalue your currency now. And you've returned the subsidy to prevent the prices from going completely out of order, because they said without subsidy we should be at 1,000 Naira a litre. But of course people couldn't afford that, so they reintroduced it secretly, not telling Nigeria. But now we've been told by the international community. That's the government we have. The you people who voted for Jakaba, like illiterate, Jakaba. Can you imagine? A country, Nigeria should be one of the 10 best countries in the world. Yes, one of the 10 best. We have human resources, extensive. Mineral resources, extensive. Now the human resource that we have, instead of making use of it, look at the person we put in office. You know, look at the person semi-illiterate, who doesn't really seem to have any educational qualifications, because he said he graduated from government college Lagos in 1970, and the school wasn't set up to 74, and the Supreme Court still told him to go ahead. So our problems are deeper than we think. I think when people used to say, I pray for Nigeria, but I was doing do the right thing. Now, I don't see the right thing that you can do from the policies that this man has implemented, this drunkard. I think now you need to start praying. You need to start praying. Because an hungry man, I tell you, why I can give you an example of an hungry man. I've been hungry before, albeit due to fasting. Okay, I said I was going to fast for 3 days and pray. Nothing, no food at all for 3 days. When I got to 5 hours short of 48 hours, so I got to 43 hours, mo fẹ́ faint. I was going to faint. I told myself, I said, Yemi, come on, wake up, man. You're going to eat at 12 and tie the fast and then carry on to the third day. Yeah, because when you're hungry, man, it's not funny. Nigerians are hungry. The supporters of this Muppets in power, they're laughing. They're still trying to justify that it's tough here, it's tough here. Someone even sent me a clip yesterday. There's recession in UK. Do you see people shouting at the marketplace? Do you see people shouting at the marketplace that XYZ? Oh, no one's shouting. That shows that the government is doing something, one way or another, to cushion the effects. But you have a drunkard in charge. He doesn't care. That's who you voted for. Well, guys, on one side of it, I would say it's a lesson for you to vote wisely if we do get a chance the next time. The second note is that who is going to help us now? Start praying. There's got to be an update on this video, obviously, because this matter is ongoing. It's developing. It'll be interesting to see what they can do to arrest it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they can arrest the situation, but I don't see it. I really don't. But we'll look forward to it and some more light-hearted videos as we usually do it. It's a Friday, TGIF. Newcastle United this weekend and Bournemouth. We're stepping up, getting back out of injury, so we'll catch up soon. Till next time, peace out, my people.